Hi there, this is Mike with a brief video about communicating and getting feedback in MyOpenMath. So we're here at the main MyOpenMath page, and I'm going to click on our course here, and you'll see we're here in our main space. And there are a few things that I'd like to talk with you about. The first is the messages that you can send back and forth in MyOpenMath. Then next I'll say a few words about the forums, and then finally we'll talk a little bit about the feedback that you can get from me in the work that you're doing. So let's start with messages. When you click on the messages here or in the menu on the left-hand side, you can send a new message to anyone in the class. Generally, people send messages directly to me, but you are welcome to send other messages if you choose. Those messages only go to the particular people that you choose to send them to. And you can, when you send a new message, it's just like sending an email. You create a subject and then you type the body of your email. You can attach things, you can put images or pictures, you can change the font and various other things. And then you just send the message as though it were an email. My advice to you would be to send messages through MyOpenMath. It's a good way to communicate with me, and also a good way to communicate with each other from time to time. When you send a message, what will happen is there will be, when you first log in, you will see a red number next to that message's link right here. That red number indicates how many unread messages that you have. And if you click on that, you will be able to read the messages that have been sent to you. Oftentimes I will send you messages, and so I strongly encourage you to read those messages, because I'll try to send you information that I hope you'll find useful in the class. Next is the forums. When people post new forum threads, there will also be a red number that appears next to the forum link here, and that will indicate how many unread forums that you have. And reading the forums is actually a good thing to do for several reasons. One, it will help you learn some new things that maybe you didn't know before. And two, some questions from the exam I'm going to pull directly from the questions that people ask in the forums. And so if you're reading through your classmates' questions and you're trying to answer them on your own, you will be more prepared for the exams as you go forward. So as more and more forums appear in the different weeks, you'll be able to click on a week and you'll be able to add a new thread. You'll only be able to add a new thread to week 1 until Sunday, August 26th at 11:59 p.m. If you want to reply to someone else's thread, you have another 24 hours in order to do that. Once this deadline is passed, then the only discussion forum to which you will be able to post is forum number 2, week number 2. So please be sure to complete your new threads for each forum every week by Sunday night at 11:59. Now, you may recall, if you read the syllabus carefully, I'm going to remind you if you did, and show you for the first time if you did not, show you some things about posting to weekly discussion forums. So if you go to the syllabus and you click on this link in the syllabus, it will take you down to this area. And notice when you're posting to a weekly discussion forum, you have two choices. You can either post a question of your own. So if you have a question that you would like somebody else to help you answer, then you can post a question of your own. Or if you don't have a question, you can respond to one of your classmates. You only have to do one of those things. You either have to post a question or post an answer. But either choice that you make, if you post a question or if you post an answer, you must do 3 things. If you are asking a question, asking a good question requires these 3 things. First, make clear the mathematical topic to which your question relates. Second, write something that you do understand. And tell your classmates, tell the people who are going to answer your question what you do know about this topic, and then they can focus on what you're having trouble with. And then thirdly, you should ask your question, but give as much detail as you can about what you have already tried. If you have not tried the question, you are not ready to ask the question. So make sure you've tried, and then you can write about where it is that you got stuck. If you're going to answer a question from one of your classmates, you should also do 3 things. First, find something in your classmate's original post that is correct. That's important to point out what things they've done correctly so far. Then answer their question as best you can. And then third, give a resource. Maybe it's a textbook link that you use to help you understand the topic, or maybe it's a video link that you thought was particularly helpful, or if you found another resource on your own that you think would be useful, then let your classmate know how to find that as well. So regardless of what post you do, whether you're asking a question or whether you are answering someone else's question, make sure you always do those 3 things. And remember, for every weekly discussion forum, you must post once. If you want to post more than once, that's fine, and in some cases you can earn some extra credit if you are an active discussion board participant. So that's the messages and the forums. I also want to show you around some of the feedback that you can get in certain places. So I just clicked on the gradebook, which is on the left-hand side of the menu, or you can click on it up here. And you'll notice that all of the grades that are part of your overall course grade, there will be more than this by the end of the course, but all of your grades will appear here as they count toward your grade. And you'll see the grades that you got on the assignments, and then also on the activities, which are more free response and open-ended. You can view feedback from me. So I will generally write feedback in a form like this for your activities, and if you want to know how you did and what kinds of comments I have for you, this is the way to find that out. So go to your gradebook and then click on the View Feedback link. While we're here in the gradebook, let me just remind you that you can extend the deadline of assignments by clicking on this link that says Use Late Pass. That link will extend your deadline for that particular assignment by 3 days. And then you'll have an extra 3 days to work on it. If you don't finish by the new deadline, you can extend the deadline another 3 days if you choose. Keep in mind that you have a total of 25 late passes in the course, so if you can stay on track, you won't need to use all of them. But if you do find that you're running behind in a couple of places, using the late pass is a good way to help catch back up. I think that's about all that I wanted to mention for this video. Remember, you can communicate with me and with each other through the messages. If you want to ask or answer questions, part of your grade goes to the forums, the discussion forums that you should post at least once to every week. And then finally, you can use late passes and view feedback from me in the gradebook. Hope things are off to a good start for you, and I wish you good luck.